It says we're live. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I know there's two of me up there. Let me see if I can. Am I echoing? Can you hear me? Okay, that's for that one. I'm trying to figure out how to. Oh, there we go. Can you still hear me even though? I don't know. Since nobody's in here. Uh-oh. This is so crazy. Like, I don't know. So it says that device is not connected. I don't know why. All I did was. Oh. Can you hear me? Do I sound okay? I want to. Okay, awesome. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. Okay, awesome. Awesome. So I'm gonna go downstairs and have a cigarette. So I just before I just dropped my cigarettes. Honor Rose, how are you? What? Yes, that's the child screaming. She's loud, huh? I'm live. I told you I was going live. Oh my goodness. It's so muggy here, you guys. Yeah. The weather is so bad. We don't have weather like this. Okay, I gotta figure out a way to shut off my cam. There we go. I did it. Okay. Enjoy your drive and drive safe. Make sure you drive safe. No, I figured I would come live because I haven't gone live in a while. And so I figured, why not? And check out, I'm good. My kids are loud, of course, and then the neighbors are doing their lawn. Yeah, we're pretty good. I mean, we've been, dealing with some kid crap, but what do you expect when you got 4 kids, right? But they're not exactly kids anymore, so But yeah, like I said, I just figured I would come live to see how everybody's doing, and since I hadn't been live in a while, and I hadn't talked to anybody, and I know, it's so sad because I don't know if you guys have. Hey, Lisa, how are you? Uh, have you guys been watching all this stuff that's, and I'm not, I don't know. I don't want to get into the drama because me, I don't like to do that. I'm mostly I try to talk about the recovery stuff, but I don't know. It really bugs me on how a lot of these people will condemn others for the same things that they do. It just blows me away, I guess. I don't know. How's the grandbaby? I bet he's getting big. I'm just having a cigarette and then I'll head back upstairs. It won't be so noisy. This is so different. I've never done it streamed on my phone before. I've never done that. I've always, been on my computer, but my computer is all set up now, so I can't just like move my computer everywhere. So that kind of sucks. So I wanted to make sure that I had my phone so I could, right, right. That's uh, right. I agree, Chrissy. Exactly. And that's, okay, Honor Rose. Um, that's what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. It so frustrates me. There is so much drama that's within, recovery and addiction in itself that uh, you don't need to combine the two. You know, it. I'll say this, and I'm not going to call anybody out by name. I'm not going to do that because I don't uh, want to, be an asshole, I guess. Hey, True Helper, how are you? Um, but what irritates me is watching a live, and I'm sure everyone knows, I've said it time and time again, that, I am, I, I, I'm all for like the medications that they use for, um, recovery. I myself is on Suboxone. I think that, you know, I read an article the other day, and it stated in the article that because of stigmatizing, that only 30% of recovering addicts actually get the real true help that they need in their recovery. Meaning that because it's so stigmatized, that a lot of them will say, oh, well, I don't need the, like Suboxone, for example. I don't need Suboxone because, that's just switching one up for another, because they've heard it through the grapevine. And then it screws them in the end on their recovery, because when it all came down to it, they really technically did need the medication, you know. Um, I don't know if that, it just, oh, I agree, True Upper. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like, I I guess I just don't understand. I guess here's my thing. When you claim that you are on a certain medication, and you're clean, and then um, you know, I don't even know, I don't want to say it without being an asshole, because I don't want to be an asshole, but it really irritates me because um when you are an addict or a recovering addict, and you're looking through, for example, different channels that come up as a rehab channel, or you know what I mean, that kind of thing. And so you click on these channels, and say, for example, one comes up, and the whole time they're saying they're clean, but you can hear it in their voice, they're not. And then they turn around and they blame it that it's the Suboxone that they've been on for God knows how long. And you're going, wait a minute, I've been on Suboxone since 2014, and I never sounded like that. So there must be some, and it irritates me, because it makes me feel like it'll discourage other, um, recovering addicts to even try to reach out. Because if it were me and I was to turn on this channel and I was to hear all that, I would be like, well, shit, I don't want to sound like that. Why would I go and, reach out and try to get help with this medication if that's how you're going to sound while on it? I mean, you wouldn't be able to even go through your day with, it just, I don't know if I make any sense, guys. I'm just kind of rambling. I don't know, but it pisses me off, because, you know, I always thought that and I get that you're going to have those assholes out there that don't agree with the medication or medications, I should say, and don't agree with certain ways of how people, get clean in the first place, which, hey, that's fine. To each their own. I understand that. But when you're in recovery yourself, you don't down another, I don't know how to explain it. It's so frustrating. I don't know. It just really, yeah, really pisses me off to the T, you know. It just, I guess I just don't understand it. And then to have people basically say, you're switching one up for another. I don't think that they realize that there's a difference in, you know, uh, how do you say it? There's a difference in active addiction as to being dependent on a medication. People that are diabetic are dependent on their, insulin. Uh, and technically, addiction is considered in science, and has come out that it is a disease. It is a mind altering, I mean, there's even a chance that at some point, if you go too far, your brain may never come back again once you try to uh get clean, you know and I don't think that people that's what gets me. It's so frustrating. It's Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't understand and it just really pisses me off. When you hear people downing something that either they're not taking it the right way, or they're, mixing it, or I don't know. It's very frustrating. Oh, thank you, Christy. I got to get my phone upstairs. It's at 15%. I just, like I said, I don't know. I just figured I would come live and just have a conversation on, you know, I'm going to mute my mic because I got to walk through the living room. So give me a second. Yes, it does. So I'm going to try to um, reconnect my computer real quick. I did it. No, no, Lisa. Um, so Am I echoing you guys? I don't know what's going on. How is that even possible? I'm sorry. Am I echoing to you guys? I don't know if I'm echoing. Oh, I absolutely agree with you, Lisa. Absolutely. See, that's the thing is, oh my goodness. For some reason, my phone's volume is all the way down, completely off, but it's still, I don't understand. How about now? I think I got it. I think. Maybe not. Holy crap. I think it's the second my phone. I'm going to try to take it out. Okay. I think I got it. uh anyways, what I was saying is when it comes to like dependency and being addicted is basically dependent is just meaning, you have to have it to be able to not funk. I don't know if I'm explaining that right. Whereas in your active addiction, you're going to do anything and everything you can to do it, whether it's good or bad. You're not going to think of the consequences with addiction. Whereas I think with dependency, you do. And it's not so much, you really don't think the same way as a addict, in my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's sad to me on the different things. Um, you know, exactly, Christy. That's crazy, actually, when you think about it. It's just like, so Tyler, my son, he's 24. He is a recovering alcoholic. When he was 21, he started drinking, thought it would be, problem is that it basically runs in my family. That's why I've never been an alcohol, I've never been, I've drank here and there, but I've never been really big on it just because that's how I grew up. But so probably around right after Christmas. And this is mostly why I haven't been on here much, because so after Christmas we started noticing, or I'd say more after the New Year, we started noticing that he was yellow, like a yellowish tint, which was crazy because even when he was a baby, they thought he had jaundice when he was a baby, and he didn't. It was just the color of his skin. So we really didn't pay much attention to it. But then he started having different issues. And I'm not, so he ended up in the hospital, and they ended up putting him on steroids, and along with Xanax and a couple other things. Let me see if I can fix this. Is it still echoing? Okay. And so when the first time he was in the hospital, they put him on, oh my goodness, they put him on Xanax, like I said, and then they also put him on a steroid. And the problem is that when the hospital did that, they didn't give him like an extended time on how long he should be on that steroid. And so he basically just thought he was supposed to take it until it was gone, right? Well, he ended up going into a psychosis. Basically, the steroid put him in a psychosis. It was crazy. I had never seen him, the way he was acting. It was like, he would look at you and it was like he was looking right through you. The things that he was saying, like at one point my husband was like, maybe we should call your uncle, and you could talk to him. Now, mind you, my brother is very godlike. He's very, that kind of thing. But my kids have always respected him, if that makes sense. And he turns around and he just says, oh, it would be great to talk to him because then he would know he's talking to God. And I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell is going on? Like, it scared us. It really scared us because my son doesn't talk like that, and he would never talk to his uncle like that. So he ends up going back to the hospital. And that's when we found out, like I said, that that he had his psychosis. And now ever since then, he's kind of had issues here and there, and his liver, they told him, come to find out, he was yellow. His liver, they said that he has like a premature liver. And so basically, I'm sure it wasn't like, but the way that they put it was like, if you would have drank one more drink, it would have killed you, basically. And mind you, he's 24. I mean, oops, I dropped my mic, guys. But he's 24 and just basically starting his life. So it's like, that definitely was a scary, scary, scary situation. I never thought we knew we had been trying for a long time, even before Christmas, to get him to slow down on the drinking, but he didn't, even now it's kind of hard to say because I don't think that he quite understands that he is an alcoholic, and he has to focus on, that part of it, because a lot of what he thinks is that the reasoning behind the ways that he's thinking, like he's not able to sleep, he has a lot of anxiety, different things like that. And he says that it's basically caused from the other medications, and I keep trying to explain to him that, look, this all stems from your drinking, and basically you have to, start working on your sobriety and
what you need to do to stay clean, basically. And I think I got him to understand that, but I don't know. I guess time will only tell, right? I mean, so now they have him on lithium, and it's called a SSR5, I think it is. It's an antidepressant that they give to, which is also, I believe, an antipsychotic. I'm not for sure. But yeah, so that's a lot of the reason why I haven't done anything on this channel. And then on top of it, having the new puppy, we got a new puppy, and come to find out, I'm allergic to it, which is crazy because I've never been allergic to any animals in my entire life. But apparently I have allergies, and I'm allergic to the dog. So, which we're still keeping her, we got her when she was 8 weeks old, and now she's about 6 months, I think. But, yeah, so that kind of sucks, so I've been, and don't get me wrong, my kids could totally probably help with it, but I mean, I've done everything with that dog training wise. I've watched videos, I've done, oh my gosh, yeah. And yeah. He is, I don't know how to, I think he's kind of like his own worst enemy. You know what I mean? Like, so what was it? Friday? I think it was Thursday or Friday. He went to, my aunt had taken him to the ER because, so last week his doctor was saying that he needed to go in. I'll have to tell you about that one, on a Rose. So what was it? So his doctor was telling him that he needed to go to inpatient, right? Now, mind you, this is like 90 days, give or take, after his sobriety. And, my husband, Perry, he's a, drug and alcohol counselor, which they don't call him that, but it's easiest for me to say. He doesn't, plus that's expensive. We can't afford that. So my son reached out to my aunt to see if my aunt would pay for him to go into inpatient, and they had nowhere set up. They hadn't called anywhere, nothing. And my aunt just says, be ready, I'm going to come get you, blah, 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 blah. Well, he asks, where are you taking me? She says, just trust me. Well, she ends up taking him to the ER, or the urgent walk-in clinic. And when he gets there, they end up giving him a whole bunch, trying to get him to sleep, basically, because he wasn't sleeping. I believe they even tried to give him Ativan, is what I want to say Ativan is what they, or at least one of the medications that they gave him. So then he said from 8 a.m. or maybe it was 3 a.m. 3 a.m. to the following day, I want to say, he was in a crisis center. They put him in so he could be watched because he was having apparently thoughts, of hurting himself or others. So, yeah, it's been a long road with him. He's, I think he's finally getting it, but God only knows. And he's having a hard time with the sleeping thing. He thinks that, if he doesn't sleep, he's going through psychosis. And because last time when he went through the steroid psychosis, he didn't sleep. He didn't sleep for days. But the lady at the crisis center told him that because he is on lithium, that it shuts all that down. So he won't go through a psychosis. It's almost virtually impossible. So, but he's like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's nuts. It's been very rough. It's been just hard. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. So Anna Rose, the cat. Yeah. we actually ended up giving away the cat to my daughter-in-law's little friend, or her coworker, I think it was, because it started to get its nights and days mixed up. And so at night we would be sleeping and the darn cat would attack us. Like, no joke. This cat was tormenting us at night. And we were more paying attention to the dog. Everybody just kept complaining about the cat, oh my gosh, she's this, she's that, blah, blah, blah. So she ended up going to, like I said, my daughter-in-law's coworker, and they just love her. But I guess she's doing the same thing to them. And so they're fighting with her to get her back on her, schedule. Let me read some again. So with my allergies, I went into the doctor's yesterday to, it was my medicine pickup day. And my doctor, I guess, used to be like an ER doctor as well. So when she first started being a doctor, I guess. So she looked down my throat and everything. And that's how she basically figured out that it was allergies, because she said that the back of my throat was just very phlegmy, I guess, or something like that. And so at first she said, Sudafed and then Flonase, I think, right? Yeah, Flonase. And then that was the first appointment. Well, then the second appointment, this last one that I went in yesterday, she said, okay, she goes, because I told her, I said it wasn't working. I tried the Sudafed and I tried, and she said, oh, okay, well, try Sudafed, the Flonase, and, oh my goodness, what's the other one? Zyrtec, and take them all three together. Well, come to find out, there's a medication that you can get that's already mixed. So it's only one pill instead of taking, a massive amount of pills. So, so that's what I did was my husband got the Zyrtec, So, it sucks. My throat, I'm so congested. And this has been, I'm not even talking, it's been months. At first, I thought it was a cold because that's kind of how it feels, right? I mean, you're all congested, your throat, everything. Well, no, then it just never went away. It's like it just stuck around. And the sucky part is like nighttime is the worst. I'll be laying there and I get woken up because I'm so congested I can't breathe. It sucks. Oh my gosh, yes, on the Rose. I'm not even kidding. This cat would attack. It was bad. It was bad. Bad. I'm telling you. Oh my gosh, I mean, if you could get her to, like settle down with you in the mornings or something like that, but that was because she was getting ready to sleep. You know what I mean? Like she wasn't, I don't know. It was just, that cat. Oh my goodness. And now the kids get irritated at me. So now the kids are basically saying, wow, Mom, what are they? Wow, Mom, you picked the dog over the cat, blah, 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 blah. Well, here's the problem that I have. And the only reason why I did this, like I said, the cat, yes, was bullying us. Oh my gosh. And she was leaving scratches at night. My daughter was waking up with scratches on her arms in her sleep. Oh my gosh, it was bad. But the reason why I chose the dog over the cat was because I knew it would be easier, one, to find the cat a home. That would be no problem. Two, the dog that we have is not exactly a little dog. She's 6 months old. She weighs almost 40 pounds. She also has pit in her. And so, you tell somebody that, and more times than not, they're going to want to put her down just because of having the pit in her. So no, I wasn't going to do that. No way. Oh, on a Rose, they're bad. I've never had this before. So it's constantly in my sinuses, and then like the drip in the back of your throat. It, oh my gosh, it sucks. And it doesn't go away. Like I've tried to get it to go away, just by taking the medicine. And yeah, it does calm it down. So it's not, so I'm not having to wipe my nose every like, 5 minutes, but it doesn't completely, as you can tell, my voice is, oh, oh, you guys want me to drop the link? I can drop the link in here. Let me see. Let me see if I can do that. Oh, there's the paste. There we go. There we go. Just beware that if you come up, there might be a little, because I can still hear like a little bit of an echo from my phone, and I don't even know how to get out of that. Like I tried. And the only thing is it says end, but if I press end, it's going to end the whole live. So, and I don't want to do that. So I don't know what to do other than that. But yeah, it just, like I said, it's just been really, really, really rough lately with, the kiddos, and I don't know, definitely. And then, my husband has found another job. I mean, he's doing the same thing. He's just going to be closer to home, which I'm so excited because we'll be able to have the car. Because right now he's working like, there's like a 45-minute drive just there, and then a 45-minute drive home. And his new job that he's getting will actually pay for him to also and get his master's to be able to basically, do the counseling on his own. And but they're going to pay for it, and it's only like 2 minutes away. Like no joke, it's within, he could walk to work. So I'm so excited. Yes, very good news. I'm excited about that one. It's, yeah. Oh my goodness. I just realized yesterday that 4th of July is just, oh my gosh, weeks away, and I'm freaking out because uh the dog, because right now she's scared of her own freaking shadow. Oh my gosh, yeah. I'll play fireworks on my phone, and she freaks out. She starts trying. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. So my husband, he's like, we need to get some children's Benadryl. Mm. Oh, thank you, Anna Rose. Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely been a rough road with, my son, and and going through everything with him. And, I mean, we knew that he was, that he had this issue. We knew that, but I guess we didn't realize the extent of it, if that makes sense. Right, Lisa. Yeah. Yeah. She's a puppy, of course. So I mean, she's only, I want to say she's probably about 6 months now, so she definitely is in that like fear. I guess that, there's like 2 stages where, um, or 2 age groups or something like that, where they're scared of basically their own shadow, and you have to help them to get through that, I guess, face their fears in a way. And so a lot of times that's what I'm doing is, like I said, That's why I haven't really been able to come on here and do anything with my channel lately, just because of just the dog alone takes up a lot of time on the training and, keeping her, uh, you know, it just, oh, it's a lot because we've always had little puppies. Like our last puppy was a Shih Tzu Maltese. So she was real tiny, not tiny, tiny, but she was, little. And this one though, oh my gosh, if she, and mind you, like I said, she's 6 months old. All she has to do is she gets excited because little dogs next door will come out and want to play, and then they'll start barking at her. Sometimes I can get her to ignore him, but if I can't, the dog starts freaking jumping around like a horse, and I swear she's gonna pull my arm out of the socket eventually. I mean, it's yeah. She's a she's a I call her, what do I call her? I call her, she's a big hoss or something like that. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yes, they are. Oh my goodness. I know it was funny. My neighbor goes, because I told my neighbor, I said, yeah, I think she's in her rebellious stage, because she was doing so good for like the longest time on doing her tricks and stuff, because she knows a lot. She knows sit, she knows your basics. She knows how to walk backwards. I taught her how to walk backwards. My son taught her how to shake, you know but here lately she's been stubborn, and it's like, I'm not going to do that if and I'm just, oh, you little shit. Just like walking on a leash, I'll put her on the leash because that's the only time that usually I'll put her on the leash, because um, uh, I learned a lot about, like, having a collar on, like, that holds their name tag. That's basically all you're supposed to ever use that collar for, because anything else, apparently, it can cause the vocal cords to, because with the pulling and stuff. And so I use a gentle lead basically, and it's awesome. She likes it. She don't mind it, and hey, it works. And so, but she usually does really good with it. But this last time, she just, I was like, what are you doing? We're on a walk, and you're thinking that you're going wherever you no. Oh my goodness. That dog drives me nuts sometimes. Mm. Right, Chrissy? Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, she's a Raven is a big girl. Yeah. So when we took her into the vet for her last vaccination, she was, because I want to say she was about 4.5 months old. So it was about a month and a half ago that we took her into to get her vaccine and get her rabies shot and everything. And at that point, she was already weighing 30, 39 pounds, I think is what they said, or 38 pounds. So yeah, she, at like I said, 4.5 months. It's nuts. Let's see how charged my phone is. I'll switch. Okay. Oh. There we go. Can you guys still hear me? I forgot to add myself.
have to take this downstairs. So is there anything you guys want to talk about? Complain about? I don't know. Anything interesting going on in your guys' lives? Any fun things? Me too, Lisa. I guess Chrissy was telling me that nobody's getting their notifications, and I think that is probably because with all of the updates. Uh-oh. No. With all of the updates that have been going on since um the last time I went live, I'm sure that makes a difference. I'm assuming. I don't know. I plan on going live more though, or I'm going to try to. Let's put it that way, just because I want to. You want me to? Oh my gosh, you guys want to hear something really weird though? I'm going to tell you something really weird. So, I don't know if you guys I know Lisa is, and I know Christy does it every now and we'll go in and check it out every now and then. TikTok. I have a TikTok. And I'm not telling you guys this to advertise, I promise. I just find this really, really weird. So, my first TikTok, I had I think it was almost 300 followers, and which, hey, I was fine with that. I'm not trying to be something big or anything, right? So okay, so I don't know if your guys' phone screwed up about a week or two ago, but my phone started screwing up, and apparently it had something to do with the DCM or something like that. And so it kept popping up and saying that it wasn't working. It wasn't working. So I ended up having to basically, what's that called? Redo your whole phone, basically. And so that's what I did. Well, stupid me forgets my TikTok sign in, right? So this whole time I'm trying to sign in. So finally I said, screw it. I'll just start a new one. So that's what I did. And I'm not even kidding you guys. I don't know what's going on because I have one video on my TikTok, and it's like a video of Raven's paw and her face. It was like show her paw and then show her reaction type of thing. And so that's what I did. But that's the only video that's on there. But I have almost over 500 followers. And it's weird because most of them don't even have anything on their on their channels. So I feel like I don't even know. It's weird. I told my son Austin about it because he thought it was really weird too. He's like, "What is going on?" I said, "I don't know. This is just, I know I love TikTok. Oh, I love it. Good though, Lisa. I have one video of the dog. It's crazy. Uh, it's crazy. I think I sent you a friend's request because, like I said, I had to switch up my account. I still can't get into it. I still can't get into my other one. So, but I think I sent you a friend's request, or I was going, I swear, I can't remember. I'll have to look. But it said something where you have it, you have your settings to a set to where I have to know a certain thing or something like that. So I was going to reach out to you and just never got around to it. But yeah, oh, I mean, that's crazy, right? Like, I don't get it. Why? I think TikTok, I don't know. I agree. I do too. I'm really bad right now. I'm watching uh oh my goodness, what is it called? It was Snooki. Uh I've been watching that. I can't remember what it's called. Oh my, on MTV. For some reason, all of a sudden these clips started popping up on my YouTube. So finally I was like, screw it, because they looked interesting. So I started watching them. Oh, yeah, because like I said, I I don't know. I think it said, and I swear I sent you a friend's request. So like I said, I'll check it out again after, maybe after this live, if I remember. Excuse me. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. My husband loves scary stuff. He's always watches like um the the hauntings with like the Zach guy and Zach Bagans. Yeah. Sorry guys. My daughter came out. I had to, yeah. So, but anyways, I've been on for about an hour. Like I said, I'm going to try to go live again more often and try to have some really good subjects. I'm hoping, like I said, I'm going more for the recovery channel type situation, and maybe even just mental health in general, not even just, I mean, yeah, I just ninjas and squirrels. That's funny. Uh, but yeah, but I think I'm gonna hop off here. So I hope you guys have a good night. Actually, I think I have to wait until I go back upstairs. So never mind. A few more minutes. Few more minutes. But yeah, I do. I think I'm going to, because I have a lot of things that I feel like, things that need to be talked about, I guess, if that makes any sense. Like when it comes to recovery and the medications, and because and no drama. No drama, because we're not. Oh, hold on, I got a guest. Oh, are you there?
That I am. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, one day at a time, as they say.
Right. Mhm.
I know you said you were hopping off. I figured I'd see if this would work. Of course, StreamYard made me sign in through my phone and had me jumping through all kinds of hoops. So,
Right.
it's always something. It absolutely is. But, yeah, you were saying earlier about your dog having some anxiety over fireworks and stuff like that.
Hmm.
A few of the
Yeah.
things that I've found that have worked have been like the comfort vests and the treat training, and then of course, like you were saying, you were playing that the background audio, the
Hmm.
fireworks. And, you know, it, it
Yeah.
it can take months, many months sometimes, to break a dog of that. But sometimes you have that one pup that just, for whatever reason, develops that type of anxiety, and that's like our
Right.
blue nose. Our blue nose recently now is all of a sudden scared of thunder every time a storm rolls in. So it's just you never know.
Hmm. Right. Right. Yeah. I don't know what it is. She, well, like today, I went outside to check the mail, and she literally, because I have my living room's blocked off so she can go kind of in the living room, but not too far into the living room completely. And also because of the baby, because we have the, 2-year-old grandson. And so, but I opened the door to go check the mail, and Harmony, my granddaughter, came right behind me and left the door open. What does she do? Raven jumps my couch and runs right out the door.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. I was like, what the heck? Yeah. Oh, she was in
Mm-hmm.
trouble. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
it sounds like it. It sounds like there's never a dull moment.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's never.
Mm.
She, yeah, but I think she's got, because I think she has allergies to something. I've never had a dog. It's so funny because even with our Maltese, she never had the only thing that she was ever afraid of was fireworks. And she never had like allergies or any of that kind of stuff. But with this one, so I started, when we got her, we got a kennel. So she goes in her kennel at night. And then during the day, she's out and about with us because I'm home all day. Well, all of a sudden one day when I brought her out in the morning, it's almost like a heat rash. And,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, what the heck? Well, I'm wondering if it has to do with, because when we took her to the vet even said that she had really dry skin and that it just could be just the type of dog that she is or something like that. And so,
Mm-hmm.
um, to use coconut oil. Have you ever used coconut oil on a dog?
Yes, yes, that and or lanolin. Lanolin
Okay.
sometimes also helps. It just depends again on how responsive your dog is to it, and it really is all about their immune system. Because for
Right.
whatever reason, certain dogs they get the hot spots and all that good stuff, and it can
Hmm.
really, it can really drive us insane trying to find some kind of cure. But
Right.
I've actually found some beneficial helping tips and techniques from like the Chinese culture and many others that if they've been on this for a long time, a lot longer than our
Okay.
country. So yeah, I would suggest to do some research into them because again, different strokes for different folks, and
Right.
likewise the same as with our pups. Every dog
Yeah.
is a bit different. Now, does she get like excessively or get a lot of excessive rashes from rolling around in grass and stuff like that too, or is it just being out in the sun?
No, well, it's just from being in her kennel. I don't get it.
Oh,
Yeah, she was in her kennel. So what was it? So she, let me put it this way. She don't like baths because my son traumatized her when she was a puppy, like a baby.
mm-hmm.
And so now she fights us when we give her baths. So I give her a bath probably about once a week just because I don't like to stress her out so much. And
Right.
but when she goes in her kennel at night, she's fine going in her kennel. That's no big deal. But when she comes out, like she even had like a zit. I didn't know dogs could get zits, but
Hmm.
apparently they can. And
Yeah, it's weird.
it is weird.
Yeah.
And yeah, she got a zit on her nose, which has finally gone away. But she has these, and like I said, I looked them up, and it looks just like a heat rash. And I'm going, oh my gosh, you know, are you overheating? So I stopped putting the blanket over her kennel because I figured maybe the heat is being trapped inside. And
Right.
so I
Right.
tried that, and it kind of seems like it helped a little bit. It kind of cleared up a little bit, but not all the way. And my
Hmm.
youngest son keeps saying, Mom, we need to try the coconut oil. We need to try the coconut oil. So
Hmm.
but I looked that up, and sometimes they're saying that if you give them too much, it'll cause, diarrhea and all this other stuff. If you give it, it just depends on your dog and if they can tolerate it.
Of
And
course. Of course.
yeah, so it just kind of worries me. And that's why I haven't really, done it. It's just,
Right.
she's,
Have you had any blood work or anything like that done from your vet before?
no,
Just to
no.
just to check on certain things. The reason why I say that is because sometimes when dogs start exhibiting certain skin conditions and stuff like that, it could be symptomatic of something much worse that is
Okay.
happening, and in which case, I mean, you never know. Like a good case in point, we actually have a senior dog that we had just brought over, and the next thing you know, we get some of the diagnostic reports back, and her
Right.
hemoglobin's off the charts, her platelet count, her CBC, her lymphocytes, and
Mm,
all of that. It was just absolutely insane. And for the longest time, she had a bunch of scabs on her nose and stuff like
mhm.
that. So it kind of knew,
Right.
that, and she was peeing excessively. Like if your dog sometimes drinks a lot of water, it can also be a sign of issues with kidney or thyroid issues as well. So that's
Right.
why sometimes, I mean, and I know it's quite it's quite expensive. I know it's like we're
Mhm.
even on the CARES program, and it still costed like $300, I think it was. But it was worth it to see the report come out as it did, and we were able
Right.
to catch some of the kidney stuff. But I noticed the instant change because we've been having to give IV fluids every night, and magically the all the scabbing and stuff from her nose just cleared up. So
Oh, wow.
I've seen it,
Wow.
a long time ago, but I never really dealt
Right.
with that type of issue in most of our pups, or be it fosters or whatnot. But it
Right.
happens.
Well, it's amazing on how much they're similar, but then how much they're not. You know what I mean?
Mm,
To humans, it's like, okay, and yeah, I've never, like I said, we never had this issue with her, and it's crazy because my daughter says that I have this. How does she say it? She goes, "You have um this weird obsession with the dog, mom." And I'm like, no, no, I don't.
it's the
I
same
think
session we have with y'all kids.
right. And
Yes.
I think that's what it is too, is that because we've had her since she was like, I think she was about 7.5 weeks old when we got her,
Right. Right.
and so she was just a baby. And I've basically been the one that's trained her. I've been the one that, gets her out and has her go potty and everything. So, she's like my baby. And my husband will even go, "Oh my gosh, she is a dog, right?" And I'm like, "Oh
Of
my gosh."
course. Mm. Now, have you had any dietary changes or anything like that ever since you've had her? I mean,
No.
obviously the
Well,
transition to adult food and stuff like that, but I ask that because sometimes, there are dogs that can have negative reactions to whatever their diet is. And unfortunately, with most kibbles they make nowadays, they are so zapped of any kind
right.
of moisture
Yeah,
and, that allows them to get the hydration they need. So that too can
right.
also be a reason why they have adverse skin reactions and stuff like that. So it's,
Yeah. Well, see, that's what I thought too, is because see, when we first got her, they had her on like Costco puppy chow. And
mm-hmm.
when we got her, we don't have a Costco card, so we couldn't, do that. And so we had to put her on I think it's Purina puppy chow, and she's still on it. But I feel like that's when all the issues started, if that makes
Right.
sense. Like
Yeah.
she
No.
started,
Right. Because 9 times out of 10, and I've learned this from multiple vets I've really gotten into studying all that stuff over the years, but most dogs, 9 out of 10, especially that are younger, it's
mhm,
usually the dietary issues, and most
right,
times we don't think much of it because, we read these bags and the cans and we think, oh, it says made in the USA, or it's this or it's that, or all the selling
right,
points. We're like, oh, this must be good. And you see all the commercials and all that grand bull crap. But ultimately, what we don't realize is, dogs are carnivores.
yep,
They're our little canine companions that, unfortunately, they don't have any say in the matter. And so, again, I would actually lean towards a dietary issue because everything that you've described so far, it's not just a matter like the dog is just way too young. And I know, don't get me wrong, I know there
right,
are some that have pre-existing conditions and they're predisposed to allergies and stuff. I get all that, but if the
mhm,
pup was fine before and then all of a sudden it's made this major change, usually as it starts to grow older in the puppy phases to the young adult, it should be getting stronger, not weaker.
right,
So you
right,
just ultimately think about what are the factors here, what's changed, and again, that's why I always gravitate towards dietary needs.
right. See, and that's what I'm thinking too. I'm really thinking that, and I even told Perry that too. I said, I think we might, because my aunt, she has a Costco card, and I think we might end up putting her back on the, the other Costco brand, just because, like I said, when we got her, she was doing perfect, no
Mm,
issues, and the
mm-hmm,
owner that gave her to us gave us a bag of dog food, so we had food for her for a while. And then when we
mm,
ran out, I was like, well, we can't, how are we going to go to Costco? We don't have a, card. So we had to go to just our regular store and get her food. And I think that's when it all started going downhill with her, you know.
mm. Right.
And
Yeah.
so
Well, I mean,
I'm
it would be worth it because to catch these things,
right,
while they're in the beginning phases would help you from these things, cementing into place. Because then as they get older and the longer that maybe, we've overlooked the dietary needs, then all of a sudden you start to get things like a necrotic liver or you get kidney failure or stuff like that. And then you're like, oh crap, I
right,
just didn't know, when here it could have been the diet the whole time. So
exactly.
it's worth a shot. I would definitely recommend. If
Yeah.
y'all can manage it, y'all can do it. Definitely, by all means, I would suggest
Oh,
that.
yeah. I think that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to go that route and see, and hopefully we're hoping because I want to get her spayed. So as soon as, we have a place out here that is supposed to be kind of inexpensive, but really good with them. And so hopefully maybe, when I take her in to do that, they can check her out too and find out, maybe what's going on here, what's causing this or, you know,
Yeah,
because there's definitely something going on and I feel so bad for her. She acts like it don't bother her, but I'm just like the poor thing. I couldn't, I just feel so bad for her.
yeah. It's very heart wrenching. But that's, I mean, and one thing you could also do, just kind of a shot in the dark type of thing. But you could always switch her over as well. Doing obviously, well, any dietary change is always slow and steady. Wins the race, as
Mhm.
they say. But you could always go to like a chicken and rice type of diet for a few months and
Right.
see how that treats her. Because when you have, be it, I usually would get the skinless thighs or breasts or
Hmm.
whatever, and just either bake or boil them, and with just a traditional rice, yeah,
Right.
that would really be able to tell you if at all, if it is in fact something dietary, because most dogs respond quite favorably to that type of
Right.
diet. It'd be worth a
Oh yeah,
shot.
she definitely loves rice. I've given her rice. My neighbor gave us it's a cookbook for dog owners and their pets, or it's called I think it's called like eating with your dog or something like that. And it's
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
dining with your dog.
Oh,
It's all the recipes that you can eat as much as the dog can eat.
yep.
So it's kind of neat.
I'm pretty sure I have that one too. Oh, I went all that route over the years. The Dogs for Dummies book and the
Right. Yep.
Canine for Idiots, and oh yeah, I've done them all. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Yep. Oh, I agree. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
It,
But yeah, I would absolutely suggest that. And like I said, I mean, it's something that if you do it now, at least it's early enough that you could really have the pup live a really good, favorable
right.
life instead of just worrying about him. Because I get that feeling too sometimes. Like even looking at our eldest dog, I'm like, well, was it something that I did? Was it something maybe
Right.
dietary or whatever? But then I remember, heck, so most of these dogs eat better than I do. I actually have them on the old school raw diet where they get their meat, they get their eggs, they get. I mean, it's quite a combination that they get every day. So,
Right. Oh
hey,
yeah. It's
I kid you not. If I was to explain the recipe, most people are like, "That is better than I eat." I'm like, "Yeah, I know.
oh
I
my
say the
goodness.
same thing every time I make it." It's
Right.
yeah, but hey, look, I got to bounce off here for now. But I figured, yeah, next time around, I know more people would love to have you back doing these live streams, and yeah, next
Oh
time
yeah.
we could definitely talk some recovery because oh boy, a lot of the newer reports just came out. Well, at least around these parts in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and I'm a little
Oh,
fired up to say the least.
Right.
Oh, we could talk for hours about all that stuff, but
Oh yeah.
I'll
Oh
save it
yeah.
till next time. But
Okay.
hey, it's been good talking with you, and
Yeah,
yeah,
you too.
I look forward to you know said live streams. I definitely do.
Yes. That'll be, yeah, I agree.
Uh,
I'm hoping, like I
mm,
said, it's the kids and dealing with all that and stuff. But yeah, I'm hoping now that everything's kind of calmed down a little bit that, I'll
oh
start
yeah.
coming live more often and doing this because it's fun. I
Oh,
think it's
absolutely.
fun.
And I think it's definitely a good break from the norm from all the drama because like I called it many years ago, as I know many others did too. Those many of those communities are literally eating themselves. It's
Oh yeah.
it's it's insane,
Yep.
and
Oh, I
as you
agree.
know, it's
Mhm.
addictive and can be very very detrimental. So I just
Yes.
I don't know. But all right, well, my best wishes to you and your family, and I look
Oh,
forward to
thank
speaking
you. You
with you next
too.
time.
Oh yeah, and have a good night.
Hey, you too. Appreciate it. Take care,
Okay,
everyone.
I'll talk to you later. You too.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, guys, I'm gonna try to end this somehow. I think I'm gonna do it on my computer and see how it does. I hope you guys all have a good night, and we will um, talk with you again. We'll see you hopefully not too long near future. And we'll have actual subjects. And like I agree with True Helper, we need to really, start talking about recovery and just mental health in general. So I hope you guys all have a good night, and I will talk to you later.